everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sunflower Sims, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. So today we are building a family home in Copperdale. This home was built for my legacy family. If you have not already seen, there is a video up on my YouTube of part 15 where they moved into this house. So I will go ahead and leave a card up in the corner for that episode of the Legacy Challenge. So if you're not familiar with my Legacy Challenge, currently in our family we have Flint and Willow. Flint is an elder and Willow is soon to be an elder. She's just an adult right now. And they had 4 children, 2 of which have moved out, and then the other 2, Gemma and June, are teens. And so that's why we are moving them into Copperdale. I know that goes against legacy rules, but whatever. I explained some of that in my video of why I chose to do that anyway. And then at first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to build this for my legacy house. I went back and forth. So at first, I decided it was going to be a legacy house. And then I decided that I was just going to make it for a regular family because I was really debating about if I wanted to move my legacy Sims here. So in the end, it does end up being for my legacy, but you can easily put any family in here. It would be totally fine, I think. The bedroom, nothing is too terribly specific to my legacy family. I mean, yes, it's specific to them, but it's not like I have their family photos up in the gallery version. There are some places where I kind of left blank for decorations, and that's for places for my legacy pictures and stuff, but you could easily put in your own Sims family photos or some other decor in those spots, and there's not a ton of blank areas like that. So you'll see I built 2 sections where there's brick and the my wedding stories fencing, and those are areas where I am putting sneak out windows so that way the teens can sneak out. Those are by the 2 teen bedrooms, and I tried to match the other windows, so I used the double hung windows from base game, and I think that they match pretty well in terms of the style of the easy exit windows from high school years. And so here I am just trying to place the windows and get stuff set up around the, what's it called? The porch set up. And then I'm trying to figure out a layout on the inside a little bit. As per usual, I kind of did a little bit of a layout as I built, but I still kind of go in to figure that out. Also, that archway that goes to the little 3-season room that in the front there with the brick, I do change that archway into a door. I do it off camera though, but in the uploaded version it is a door because I figured that it would get really cold during the winter, and I didn't want your Sims don't actually care. It doesn't actually get cold because that sliding industrial door is technically a door, but in reality it would probably get cold if you had that door open all the time. So I put in a regular door. And then here I am raising up the foundation, and I am getting ready to work on some of the exterior for the porch, adding some details around the house. So I add some siding. I've added it a while ago, but now I'm going around and putting the trim on the deck, and I move the house a little bit so that way there's a little bit more space on either side. And then I'm just, like I said, adding some details to the house to make it feel more finished and things like that. So I have the porch partially covered. I feel like it just added something and it looked nicer. And then I changed the roof color, obviously. And then I'm just putting the trim on the roof and around the floors and the wall trim on the sides of the different floors. If that makes sense. I hope you know what I'm talking about. And then I'm creating a little bit more space on this back area for them to come out through the back of the house. And I put up some half walls to be kind of the railing for the house. And I make those brick, and then I will eventually put stairs in, obviously, where I left the gaps. But yeah, doing something very similar for the front section here. And so this house does have a little bit of a farm going on in the back. I know that's not typical of Copperdale, but I put it in there because my Sims are, they had a llama and a cow and chickens, and I didn't have the heart to sell them or get rid of them. So we're just going to keep them until they die, and then that'll be the end of farm animals for probably at least a generation or two, just because I kind of got bored of the whole farm thing, because I've been playing with cottage living now since it came out on and off, so it just got a little boring. So here I am adding columns to the corners just to make the siding look a little bit more finished, because I like the siding that has like the built-in trim on the edges, but the problem is it goes by room and not by actual corners. So sometimes you'll get them in weird places, or you'll be missing them, the trim piece. So I use columns a lot of times. I haven't done it in a while. I just kind of forgot, and I think it really makes this house look nicer by actually having that trim. So I use those columns to be that trim. And then here I am landscaping the front a little bit. I tried to keep it pretty green and lush. And then I'm scrolling through the debug trying to find some debug plants to put here, because those are really nice. They're free, and oftentimes they're bigger and a little bit more colorful. And then I realized I didn't have show live edit objects on, so that's why I couldn't get any of them. I do add the flower boxes on the fronts of the windows too. I know we did that a bit ago now, but just filling out some plants. I love the cottage living plants. They're probably my favorite, and I do something interesting, which you'll see in a few minutes, around the edges to make like a garden bed. I'm sure you've seen other simmers do it. It's where you take that little like package looking thing and you use that as a like edging for the flower beds. It kind of looks like a brick, kind of looks like a little package. I think I'm looking for it in just a moment. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I sized down these bushes because I love these bushes, but they're too big to fit in all the spaces. And then I'm just filling out some more of the plants, and here I am coming up with a little bit of a walkway situation. And I do make one that goes from the side porch around to the front as well, although that one is much looser and free-flowing, I guess you could say. So I think this is where I'm looking for that thing. I keep saying that and then I do something else. But I was just looking for something interesting or something different to do. That's when I found the little thing, and I was like, you know what, that would be great to use. So here I am. This was really tedious. This took a little while to do. As you can see, it took a while to place all of them. So while we're doing this, I guess I will talk a little bit about my legacy, because this is really tedious and boring. So June and Gemma are teenagers. Like I said, June is going to be our heir. They have two older brothers who are also twins, Aiden and August. August recently got married in part 14 of the Legacy Challenge, which I will also link. And Aiden is single. He's just dating right now. We will see if the game if the story progression makes him get married or anything. I hope so, because it would be nice for all of the kids to be married and be settled. But if they're not, I mean, I could see Aiden being a bachelor, but I could also see him settling down a little bit. So we'll see what the game decides to do with story progression. And yeah, so they recently moved to Copperdale. Partly because I was bored, but for storyline purposes, I imagined it was because Flint and Willow, the parents, wanted to give their daughters a better education and more after-school opportunities and ways to make friends, so they moved to Copperdale. And also because with them getting older, it was a lot to keep up with their family farm. So that's why they decided to move here. And then here I am just removing a little bit of the dirt and creating that path I was talking about from the side to the front. And I really like this house. I think it turned out really nice. I think it fits into the world really pretty, and I love the landscaping in the front. So here I am fencing in the backyard. You'll see that I'm going to place down the animal houses, like the barns, or I can't think of the word the sheds. But I end up deleting them at some point because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this for my legacy family because I'm not going to make a move. I went back and forth so much over the past couple days if I wanted to move them to Copperdale or not. So I will delete that, but then I'll add it back in. later. I give them a fire pit back here, and I do end up giving them a small pool. It took me a minute to try and figure out how the chairs go, because whenever I've moved objects on, they don't snap to where they're actually supposed to go. They kind of just snap like every possible place. If you don't play with move objects, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but if you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And now we're moving on into the interior. We're going ahead and starting with the kitchen area. I used these tiles that came with high school years. I thought they were really pretty and I really enjoyed them. And then I was just changing up the colors that were in here. I go ahead and actually expand this kitchen because I realized it was going to be a little bit smaller than I liked. And I also moved the windows so that way they were like on a tile opposed to like on the middle of tiles. So that way it was easier for the cabinets, for purposes of cabinets. And then I think we might move on to, no, we're trying to figure out how I can make the kitchen bigger. So I actually expand this little Three Seasons room and then expand the kitchen wall here to make it just a little bit bigger to add a little bit more space, because otherwise it was going to be a super, super tiny kitchen. And for a family, for a legacy challenge, I wanted them to have a little bit bigger kitchen. I thought about putting this like wraparound cabinet there, but I didn't really like the way it looked. And then I just go for kind of a neutral wallpaper in here to match the peach orangey colors in the tile. And then I'm just putting around some clutter in the kitchen right now. And I add a couple of bar stools on the island. And then, well, I guess it's not really an island, on the, I guess they're island pieces, but I don't know if you would consider it an island, a peninsula maybe, I don't know, whatever. I do add some bar stools there so you can eat. I only put 2, partly because of space. I only made the peninsula thing 2, partly because of space, partly because they have 2 kids right now, and I don't foresee June having too many. I think she would have 2, maybe 3 kids. I don't want her to have just 1, because if that kid dies, like, spoiler alert, June did in one of our videos and we had to bring her back to life. I think it was a glitch or a bug that caused it. Anyway, I wouldn't want to like lose the legacy. So I would think she would have at least 2 kids. And then there you can see I got rid of the farm because I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do that. But I eventually put it back. So now we're working on the entryway a little bit. So for the entryway, I put down these little planter things and some books. And then we are moving on into the living room. So I wanted them to have a big fireplace, and I wanted them to have like a big fireplace. And I imagined, to make it a little bit more modern, when this house was built or updated, they like painted the brick to be white, so it's really bright. I will say that this house ends up being a lot brighter in terms of decor and things than the last house. But I also know that that's probably more June's style, and she's going to be taking over the house at some point, so I kind of kept it bright. I used these couches from high school years. I thought that they were really fun. I love the blanket throws and the pillows, and it just they match pretty well. And I wanted to go for this bright blue color scheme, teal color scheme. I think that it really suits June, June and Gemma, really. But June is going to be our heir. And then I put the little sprouting plants on that end table. I wanted to put that wicker chair somewhere in the house. I end up not putting it there because that's where I kind of put some pet stuff. And then I do eventually move everything forward, and I do give them a bunny rug. I debated about different rugs for quite a while. I give them a bunny rug from Cottage Living because I imagine they wanted to bring at least some of like their old life, their farm life with them. But yeah, and then here's where I move everything up forward a little bit. And then I place like a little table behind the couch with just some clutter items. I use this one from, I believe, Cottage Living. I think that's where that one's from. I add some paintings above the wall. And then, like I said, I will be cluttering it up in a moment here. I do add a cat tree. I was debating about where to put it, so I put it next to the fireplace. That's the best place where I really had room for it, I think. And then I added a little bed for the cats and a little cat wand, because if you're not familiar with my legacy, they have 2 cats right now. So this house would be suitable for cats, or you could change some stuff out and have it be suitable for dogs. So then I'm moving on to the dining area. I give them this big fluffy rug. I sized it up, and I use this round table because I thought it fit really well in the space, and I don't use round tables a whole lot, but I really enjoyed it. I use these chairs from Cottage Living because I think the wood tone matched, and then I still got the blue-green color on the cushions. And then I'm finding some curtains. I use these from high school years. They're really cool. I love the stuff that came with high school years. I know there's a lot of issues with gameplay and bugs that have been coming out with packs, and some people are saying, you know, they shouldn't be expansion packs because there's just not enough gameplay and blah, 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 blah. But I have to say, on the positive, the packs that we've been getting over the past couple years have been awesome for, like, build stuff. And I mean, I have complaints about the packs, but being a builder, I'm usually pretty happy if I get new stuff, especially if it's well made like this stuff has been. So I don't have too many complaints, I'll say that. I know that there are some people who have a lot, though. But, you know, I don't play a ton of gameplay, so it doesn't really affect me, I guess. And then I just add a bookcase in that corner there. And then going outside, I add a couple of planter pots so Willow can still garden a little bit. And then I add a bike and a little bench in the other little nook. And then this is going to be Flint and Willow's room. So I went for a little bit different. I still wanted it to feel kind of like traditional, I guess, a little bit, or cottagey with the 4-post bed, and I bring in the Cottage Living dresser that they had in their old place. Like, I imagine they didn't completely refurnish the house. They have some stuff that's from their old house, but they refurnished quite a bit of it as well, just to make it more June's taste, as they know June is going to be taking over relatively soon. Not because, unfortunately, Flint is going to die soon. Willow has a little bit longer, but she's going to kind of step down from her position and just be the matriarch. She'll still be the matriarch, but she's not going to be like she'll still be the founder. I guess, I don't know what I'm trying to say. She's not going to be the star of the show anymore. I guess it's going to be June. And then I do give Flint and Willow a desk and a computer. I don't have like a communal family computer, so I put one in everybody's bedrooms. And then here we are working on the ensuite for Flint and Willow. And then I kind of copy this bathroom and then make a few mild changes in the downstairs bathroom that's behind the kitchen here. I really probably should have just done it from scratch because I made a bunch of changes actually, but I just decided not to, because initially I didn't realize that I wasn't going to have room for a shower tub with the way the windows are placed and everything. I add a cat litter box into this bathroom. That is the only cat litter box in the house, so you might want to add more. And then in just a second here, we are going to be moving on to the upstairs. So I do place some decorated doors for Gemma and June in their bedrooms, and then I use the matching like plain doors throughout the rest of the house. I'm working on the upstairs like hallway landing area. It is pretty small, but I managed to fit in some nice decorations, I think. So I put another console table. I go ahead and I add, I think, a plant, some books, and the little llama that came with Dream Home Decorator, and I add the little bunny to remind them of Henford on Bagley. And then I add in this rug from Industrial Loft Stuff. I really like the colors in this one, and it's fuzzy and it looks nice, I think. And then I give them a fish tank just to fill some space, and also I thought maybe they'd like fish. So here I am trying to pick out doors that I like for June and Gemma. And then I think we move on to Gemma's room first. So I'm picking out some lights just to put in the bedrooms. And yes, this is going to be Gemma's room. So I go for kind of a peach and yellow and orangey kind of colors, yellowish orange color scheme in here. And I really love her bedroom. I think it's really fun, really beautiful. I like both of the girls' bedrooms, but I like Gemma's a little bit more, I think. And then I was playing around with this like overhang. I thought about putting like a platform there because I thought it looked weird that there was like this balcony but no doors, only windows. And I imagined that maybe it was just built that way as like an emergency exit balcony kind of thing. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so then I go ahead and add in a computer for her and some makeup, clutter, and a variety of things like that. I give her a couple nightstands, add some like camera clutter and flower clutter and stuff on her one nightstand and a lamp on the other. And then I go ahead and pick out a rug, and I go with this pink geometric one. And then I am looking for curtains, I think, in just a moment. But I remembered to put down cheer mat because Gemma's going to be in cheer, so that will get placed later. Here I am just picking out some posters and decorations. I do this mountain tapestry, which I love. I think it's beautiful. And then you'll see I'm picking out the curtains. I do forget to put curtains behind her bed, but I go back after I finish recording and add them in, so the gallery will have those. And then I thought about making June's room a little bit smaller. I don't remember if I keep it smaller or if I make it bigger again. I don't remember. Maybe I do keep it a little bit smaller because it was pretty big before. I don't remember what I do with that. We'll see, I guess. So I add this bed, and then I wanted to give her a nice desk, a nice big desk for her big streamer monitor thing. And I go ahead and add in a dresser. I do flip where the dresser and the desk go. And then I add in I do make her bedroom bigger. And then I add in a big mirror, and I pick out a rug for her as well. I use the same rug but in a different pattern, and then I pick out some green curtains. I thought her room was very blue and green. I liked that theme for her, and I really like her room too, but like I said, I kind of like Gemma's better. That's more my style. I give her a bunch of posters as well. I give her this mountain tapestries. They both have mountain tapestries. They're just a little different. And then I give her these posters that have cats and some other things. I size it down a little bit though. And then here we are working on the bathroom for Gemma and June. And I leave that other bedroom blank. That will eventually become Gemma or June's bedroom once she gets married and starts having her own family. And then her kids will live in what is now Gemma and June's bedrooms once Gemma moves out and stuff. So then I do the ensuite bathroom to that bedroom, and I end up leaving that bedroom blank. You could fill it with whatever you want, but for me, I just imagined it's an extra bedroom that Gemma or June will eventually move into. And then here I am replacing the animal sheds and doing some work around the backyard. I add in a fence, and then I go ahead and add in a gate, so that way the animals can be contained, the chickens in particular. There I am adding that cheer mat, by the way. And then I go ahead and give them a nice little pool. It's kind of small. I imagine it'll eventually get expanded when the farm animals die and we get rid of the sheds and stuff. As we're putting the final touches on the house, we are getting close to screenshots, so make sure to subscribe. When I hit 100 subscribers, I'll be doing some sort of a pack giveaway. Make sure to like this video and comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you all in my next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Bye, guys.
I was at the wrong place at the right time. 'Cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing into the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, bar with neon lights. Talked about everything that was on our minds. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now.